Welcome to KGW News at 5. I'm Christelle Kumwe. Tonight, we start with a traffic alert on Highway 30. Right now, lanes in both directions between Linton and the Savi Island Bridge are back opened. Now, here's what authorities say closed the highway earlier today. There was a crash involving a motorcycle and a vehicle. The motorcyclist was hurt but is expected to be okay, and the people in the vehicle were not injured.
That they are never left wondering if they're alone, if anyone will listen to them, and if anyone will care.
That's the mission and the message of the Family Justice Center of Washington County, hoping to shed more light on the critical resources they provide to end cycles of abuse. Earlier this week, the body of 27-year-old Kaylee Birdsell was found in a landfill. Investigators calling her death a domestic violence-related murder and charging 31-year-old Fabian Hernandez for her killing. Tonight, our Alma McCarty sat down with the executive director of the Family Justice Center, and she joins us. Alma?
Well, that's right, Christelle. From the opening back in 2018 to the beginning of this year, Rachel Schutz tells me they've helped nearly 12,000 people in Washington County access services after abuse or violence. After hearing about Birdsell's tragic murder, she was compelled to reach out to us so more people will know where to turn in moments of need.
The case of Kaylee was an absolute tragedy. Our community right now is facing an all-time high in domestic violence homicides. It is very emotional for our partners when we see something like that happen.
At the Family Justice Center of Washington County, Executive Director Rachel Schutz says the mission of the numerous agencies housed within the center is this: to break cycles of abuse and safely connect survivors with life-saving services. Since opening their doors in 2018, they've provided this help to thousands.
I hate that it's necessary. I don't want anybody to have to come here. Every person here wants to have done enough to close our doors because we are not needed anymore. That's the goal.
Yet, Schutz says that's not the current reality. She hopes more people recognize the signs of domestic violence and abuse, explaining abusers often use tactics like fear, intimidation, and isolation.
It is a long-term cycle of power and control to make the victim believe that it is normal, it is something that they deserve.
Though help is out there, Schutz said it can be extremely difficult, even dangerous to get it, sometimes taking 7 to 10 tries to leave partner violence.
The barriers to getting help are very, very high. It can be life-threatening to try to get help. And that is the real fear and the real challenge of getting out of these situations, and why it takes so many times and why it can look like the person is just going back.
When someone feels safe and ready, all it takes is a phone call to the Family Justice Center. Schutz said all questions asked and all information shared is 100% confidential.
Reaching out to have those conversations is the first step because it doesn't commit you to anything. You can simply ask the questions. Nothing is compelled when you make these phone calls or access these resources.
If you or someone you know is in immediate danger, call or text 911. If you're trying to reach the Family Justice Center, the number is 503-430-8300 right up on your screen there. Callers can connect to all crisis lines from there 24/7. We'll have even more resources and links on KGW.com.
Thanks, Alma. Now on to some health news. To address the monkeypox outbreak, Washington Governor Jay Inslee has ordered the State Department of Health to create a plan of action. Under directive issued Friday, the governor is asking the department to conduct public outreach and education, fair, equitable distribution of treatments, monitor case counts, demographic data, and help maintain testing capacity. The Department of Health also just launched a monkeypox hotline where people can ask questions about the vaccine, symptoms, and risk factors.
It's really to provide latest information on MPV to our community and to do everything we can so that we can address any concerns that people may have about this infection.
Monkeypox vaccines are available for people considered high risk, but supply is very limited. But fortunately, doctors believe the risks of monkeypox is low for the general public. As information continues to come out about monkeypox, it's important to know the facts. Our Verified team has created the fact sheet you're seeing on your screen right now, and you can access it by going to the website verifythis.com. And the next time you're at a zoo, you might also notice some of the animals are missing, and that's all because of the avian flu. It's a viral disease that could be fatal for birds. The Oregon Zoo says some of the birds have been moved indoors in order to minimize risk or exposure and transmission to each other. That means you won't see the fan favorites such as flamingos or bald eagles. Now, these siblings who visited the zoo on Friday summed it up like this.
Oh, it's better to keep them safe.
Safe indeed. There are no outbreaks or cases at the Oregon Zoo. However, the CDC does say there are a handful of outbreaks right here in Oregon, and this is impacting hundreds of birds across five counties in the middle of the state. But again, just to clarify, human health risk is extremely low. Now check this out. We have new images tonight of a parachutist stuck in a tree. This happened Friday evening in Mulino, which is about 40 minutes outside of Portland. As you can see, Molalla fire crews had to step in and help put him down. They say the tree was up 40 feet up, and thankfully the parachutist is okay despite their unconventional landing. Wow, he's definitely lucky police was there. A plan by the city of Beaverton to improve road safety got a boost this week. The city was awarded a $2 million grant from the U.S. Department of Transportation. Now that money is for the Beaverton Downtown Loop project. Art Edwards joins us live from Beaverton to explain. Hey, Art.
Hey, Christelle, you know what? I'm at the Beaverton Night Market. This is sort of one end of what the Beaverton Loop will maybe sometime be. The city's idea is to enhance walking and driving and biking all along this area, along Watson Avenue, Hall Boulevard, between Old Town and Central Boulevard. In June, Congresswoman Suzanne Bonamici took a walking tour of the area to try to get a handle on the challenges of traveling in the area. Now, the grant will help with developing a plan for the Beaverton Downtown Loop project, a project city leaders say is really important to the city.
This project is going to be generational changing for our city. Beaverton has done all this work bringing in restaurants and people to our core, and now we're going to invest in the road to make sure that the sidewalks are wide, that it's well lit, that bikers have protected bike lanes, so that way their experience is prioritized.
So the next 2 years will mostly be planning for the project. The entire project could take 5 to 10 years in order to finish. Project will likely cost $20 to $30 million.
Wow.
Back
Thanks,
to you.
Art.